Women's basketball starts the second round robin through the East Division this week with Wednesday's home game against Ohio. Go ahead with questions for Coach Miller.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
Yeah, you got nothing? All right. I wasn't prepared, but injury update then for the same two seniors. Improvement, have you seen some, or are there no regression?
Have not seen them since the game on Saturday, but Lauren obviously felt as good as she has in a while. So I thought the week in the boot did well, so we're continuing the same philosophy to try her outside of stretches in practice or stretches obviously for game situations. Try to keep her off her foot as much as possible. Tracy's day-to-day, obviously. I don't know if anyone in the league is 100%, so everyone's dealing with bumps and bruises, aches and pains, and so we'll see how they do in practice today.
As a coach, you have to marvel at Lauren's performance Saturday, but then the other side of the coach says, I've got to get the rest of this team going. And for a while, the post players were going, but it just seemed like nothing else was really working Saturday. Was that a consideration you thought about over the last couple days, and how to get some more offense going?
Well, it's interesting because when Lauren was struggling with the injury and not playing as well or not being as productive as she certainly is capable, Jen Ewell and Maggie Maggie Hennigan, our post game, put together some great stretches and great play. Now we got Lauren going again and felt healthy as she's been, and then Maggie and Jen didn't have as good a games as they've had. So the hope is to get everybody going at the same time here down the stretch for the MAC tournament and down the final stretch run. But I'm not going to overanalyze it because how good Jen and Maggie have been through some of the stretches this year that and maybe it was just a game situation, something that they got disrupted, just had a bad game. But I'm encouraged. We're back, what we call now the fourth quarter, back in the East games only, and every game is meaningful, and the seniors can actually see the light at the end of the tunnel for their career, so there's a sense of urgency. So I'm excited to get on the practice floor and try to continue to improve.
Is Prohaska's injury something that won't heal by the end of this season? You're going to have to deal with that for the rest of this year?
Correct.
Okay.
Do you like the position that you're in right now, though? Not necessarily record-wise, but where your team is, because you're, like you said numerous times, you always like to add things as you're going along. Do you like the position that you're in, the team is in right now?
We like the position record-wise, that we have a game lead in the East going down 5-game stretch, but we certainly want to be playing better basketball. We need to be playing better basketball if some of our dreams and aspirations are going to come true. So we still have a lot of hard work ahead of us, but when you say that, we're down to 10 regular season practices left. And so it's going to start in practice, but we've got to have a good percentage of those 10 practices be productive and be efficient and feel like we are moving in the right direction as we get closer and closer to March basketball.
Lauren is on this mid-season Naismith list. I know she was obviously getting similar attention at the beginning of the year, but how has she dealt with maybe different challenges this year and sort of persevered, through injuries and, other things on the court?
Well, she's had an unbelievable year with the amount of schemes that are thrown at her each and every game. Everybody goes into each game with a game plan to try to shut her down. To have the year that she's having is just a credit to her and how talented she truly is. She hasn't had her partner in crime some this year, Tracy, play as well, and so a lot of the burden has fallen on her, and she's really stepped up to the plate and taken on that burden of being the leader on and off the court, and understanding that she's got to shoulder a lot of the offensive game plan for us, and she's never shied away from that. So I'm ecstatic with the way she played, and I think people nationally are taking note of what a great year she has. It's not easy to be asked to do what she does every single night out. And I hope that because of it, she gets rewarded with some of these honors and accolades that she certainly deserves.
Anything on Ohio U that changed from the last time you guys played them?
Well, Ohio presents us a lot of issues. First, obviously, they're very, very athletic and very aggressive defensively, regardless of which defense they choose to play. They are a team in our league that has played more zone than any team in our league, so you have to be prepared to execute against their zone. With that said, they came out after their bye week and played a very aggressive trapping man-to-man against Toledo, and in stretches disrupted them. So we have to be prepared to execute against both man and zone, understanding how athletic they are and disruptive they can be defensively. Offensively, they're going to be very motion-oriented, and they're going to have great movement. They have 5 players on the floor that can dribble penetrate you from the perimeter, so they spread you out. So how we're going to contain dribble penetration is a big story in their attack against us. I think the big change for them, though, is the emergence of freshman Siobhan Robinson. When we played the first game in MAC play, she was their 6th leading scorer. And after MAC play, she's their 2nd leading scorer in MAC play. And so the emergence of a very, very talented player in Siobhan Robinson has made them a much more difficult matchup. So it's a game where they left the first time with a lot of quotes about how positive they felt and how good they felt with keeping the game close down in Athens, and how they put themselves in the chance to pull the upset. So you're going to see a confident team from OU that will not be afraid of us and come in that they played well against us the first time, just got to do a little bit more to get over the hump. So we will have to be ready for a fight.
What made the difference the first time?
We had one significant run in the second half when I thought, did a good job of not only finding some early offense in transition, but we settled down and took what the zone gave us and eventually got them spread out and started attacking them inside out against the zone and made some threes, and then were able to get some easier catches inside. So I thought it was a combination of combining some early offense in transition with better execution against their zone opened up the game. But defensively all night long, we did a pretty good job keeping them off balance and not letting them go on that big run. They're very, very capable of having stretches where they don't score and then all of a sudden score in 5 straight possessions. And so you've got to try to limit the big runs against you that OU is capable of having.
Any other questions?